Hey everybody, how's it going? So got a new box in the mail the other day, been waiting for this one for a while. This is the SA2A leveling compressor from Stam Audio. It is a faithful recreation of the classic Teletronics LA2A. Main difference being price. Now I wrote this down so I wouldn't screw this up. A brand new Teletronics LA2A will run you $34.99 US over at BH Photo Video. This retails for $990 US, or if you pre-order, it's only $890. It's made in Chile. I don't know what the deal is, but Stam Audio has just a spectacular reputation. I first encountered their equipment over at Alex Nasla's place in Burbank, and he was running their 1073 preamp and their SSL bus compressor clone, and it was extremely impressive stuff. So I contacted Stam and I said, hey, I'd love to check something out on the show. And they're like, well, we're building these LA2A recreations and replicas, and we thought we'd like you to try that out. So here we are. Now, what's really cool about the Stam unit as opposed to the original is this only takes 2 rack spaces, whereas the original LA2A takes 3. So I've got limited rack spaces behind me, so the fact I can save a rack space is a huge win in my book. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's take a look at what we got here. Okay, first up, double box. That's a huge win. So yeah, the LA2A is something you've heard on numerous records throughout your collection for years and years and years. It's one of the original compressors. It uses what's called an optical design, and it has a signature slow attack. And the tube circuitry has a very nice musical sound as well. So you can see the packaging is outstanding. It's a tube design, so obviously they want to get the glass parts to the user in top working condition. Good to see that they took the time and did some extra packaging at the front and back, keep things from slamming around. So far, looking really good, Stam Audio. Okay, there we go. And here's front panel and back panel. Controls are true to the original, gain, peak reduction, compress, limit, and a meter. Controls feel good. Switches are nice and solid, as should be. Dead simple analog metering. We're gonna hook this up in a minute. I really want to try this out. Controls on back are dead simple. Looks like it'll take 220 or 120. Gonna make sure that's switched correctly before I hook it up. XLR 1/4 inch stereo link, so you can hook 2 of these up. Awesome. And an extra ground terminal as well. That's a big plus in my book. So yeah, dead simple. $890 for a pre-order. Let's see how it sounds. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna get her hooked up, and we're gonna hook it right into the overhead mic. So we switched over to this angle, and I've decided to go with the SM7 so I can get that nice intimate voiceover sound. And yeah, the SA2A kind of delivers that in spades. As you can see, it's not really doing too much. I can pull the gain up a little bit, pull the peak reduction up a bit, and it will stomp down on the louder parts, which is really cool. So that's going to help out huge, like with the death metal grunters, that kind of thing. So that's pretty awesome. Now, if I crank the gain up over here, and we start to get a bit of distortion there, that's that tube warmth. We're still not going into the reds on the computer, so that's kind of cool, but that's not kind of the sound I really want to go for at this point. I want something clean. So if we bring up the peak reduction a little bit, that's going to give us, much more of that kind of radio broadcaster voiceover sound, which is pretty cool as well. I want to try this on some sung vocals, and I would definitely want to try this on bass guitar because I hear this thing is absolutely legendary. The one other control that's really important here is the limit and compress. Compress is going to give you a lower ratio, whereas limit's going to take you up to like a 10-to-1 ratio, so it'll really stomp down on the peaks. And you can yell quite a bit, and this might work pretty well for my main voiceover in most of my videos as well. So we're definitely going to try that out on a few videos. The SA2A is going to be brought in as a temporary replacement anyway for the distressor for the time being, and we're going to see how well it works. Anyway, that's the SA2A. Like I said, you're going to see it in a few videos coming up, and there will be a full review once I've got my feet wet with it over the next few months, and then I'll be able to give you guys my final verdict. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Take it easy.